my live. Hi everybody, this is Phil Warner, and today I'd like to talk to you about some things that might help. And I'm going to be posting a live video every day, and hopefully you can get some good information about what I'm posting. I have been on a journey for the last few years of self-discovery, and I suffered from depression and anxiety and lack of sleep and not knowing what the future had in store. I suffered from just not knowing how to fix it. I went through a divorce, and it kind of launched me on a path to, to just be a better person. And I'd like to share, and I can tell you now that I am a happy person. I smile a lot, I get a lot of stuff done, and I just really am optimistic about life. I also teach people, how to get over these things, this depression and anxiety, and what to do about that. One of the things that if you suffer from this, then please listen to what I'm saying. These are things that you can overcome. You can, and you will. One of the things I want to talk about today is sleeping, and because when you've got a lot of anxiety, then sleeping seems to be a problem. You wake up in the middle of the night and you have like this night terror, and you're like, man, I got to get some sleep, and you're worried, and that problem that you just can't seem to solve, it just comes right up to the surface, and you might feel alone, you might feel useless, and I'm going to explain what's going on and the reason why you can't find sleep. And so your brain, you have two parts of you. I mean, your brain. You have your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. And your unconscious mind, it makes your eyes blink. It once it learns something, it just goes and does it effortlessly. And you can call it your subconscious mind, and it's so powerful. It is so powerful. It's about 1,000,000 times powerful, more powerful than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind can only handle maybe, man, if you're a woman and you're a mom and you can do multitasking thing, you can handle maybe like 7 things at one time on your conscious mind. And then it starts to get really hard to hold on to things, and things start to you'll forget about them. Like they'll just fall. You're like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to go pick up so-and-so, or you just space things off because you can only handle about 7 things max. For guys like me, 1 or 2 things, maybe 3 things, and then I start getting a little like crazy. I start going, oh my gosh, and I get a little clouded, and I just don't think as straight. And thank you guys for joining me. I hope you get something out of this. If you're liking what you're seeing, please, put a heart up there, or a thumbs up, and let me know that you're enjoying what you're listening to. Sleeping, that's the thing, and I'm going to explain what's going on. So right before you go to bed, pay attention to what's on your mind. What's on your mind is you close your eyes, and the last thing you're thinking about is kind of the command that you give your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind doesn't need much. It just needs kind of a direction on where to go. And if you have a problem that you're dealing with and you go to bed at night and that's on your mind, then what you've kind of done is you've given your subconscious brain this command to go out and solve something. And boy, it will just kind of do it. You don't really have control over it. It's just doing its thing. It never sleeps. Your subconscious mind just never sleeps. If it did, you'd quit breathing. But it's just in there trying to solve this problem. And sometimes these problems involve other people, and those can be really tricky problems. Sometimes they're just things that we think about in the future. We're just like, we can see this thing coming up, and it just terrifies us, and we just predict this really bad outcome. And those things, they just get on our mind. And so going to sleep with those things on your mind, it's, you know, if it can't be solved, there's nothing you can do about it right now, but you gave your subconscious mind a command to go and solve this problem, and you sleep on it, you can't sleep. It's an unsolvable problem. Relationships are unsolvable problems, because the problem with the relationship is that it involves the agency of someone else, and you can't force them to do anything. And if you're worried about them, or you wish that they would change something about them, or if they would just do this or that, and you go to bed trying to solve that problem, boy, you're just not going to get much sleep, because what's going to happen is during the middle of the night, your subconscious mind is going to go, danger, danger, emergency. I need more input. I need you to wake up and give me some more input from your consciousness. I need you to give me something else, some more input, so that I can solve this problem. And you get up, and you might not even know what's going on, but you're awake now, and you're just worried. And you probably don't feel very good. You're probably feeling a lot of anxiety. So what I would suggest on this is, first off, whatever's inside of you, get it out. Get it outside of you. Whatever's going on in your mind, you know, I've been a contractor for years and years, and you know, a plan starts inside someone's head, and then they draw it out on a piece of paper, and it's not until it's out on the piece of paper that it can be worked on. Inside of your head, there's a lot of information to try to keep there. So what I would suggest that you do before you go to bed is do a brain dump. If you don't know what a brain dump is, I'm going to tell you really quick. You basically grab a piece of paper and a pen, and you just start writing. Whatever comes to your mind, you just write it down. And you don't censor it. Like if it's swear words, whatever religion you are, this is for you only. You just write it down. Just write down whatever it is, as ugly as it gets, write it all down. What that does is it gets out of your brain, and it gets onto paper. And then your brain can have a little bit of peace. What you do with that paper when you're done is you destroy it. All those things that you're predicting, you don't know. That is a fantasy. That thing, that problem, you think that you're going to get, you know, this impending thing that's coming to you, that's causing you so much anxiety, you don't really know that's how it's going to play out. Thank you for the hearts and stuff, and the thumbs up. So, but get it out of your head. When you get it out of your head, it opens your mind to other things, and you can sleep better. So write it down on a scrap piece of paper. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be legible. It just has to be out of your head. So what you're doing is you're using the most powerful part of your mind, which is your vision. You know, we process 90% of what we learn. We process through our vision, through our eyes. And so the act of actually writing it down and reading it as you're writing it, and you're bringing it out, you're using that powerful part of your brain to get it out of you. And so, but you don't want to have that close to you. You want to, thank you, Kathy, you want to get that thing as far away from you as possible. So just burn it. Get rid of it. Do yourself a favor. And then, while you're at it, why don't you just find 3 good things about yourself that you like about yourself? If you can't come up with 3 things, then think of 3 things you wish that you could have about yourself. And see if that helps. For me, it helped tremendously. So hopefully you're getting some value out of this. I want to tell you about a program that I'm launching called Strong Enough. And Strong Enough is a program to help you with your relationships. It helps you with your relationships with your spouse. It helps you with your relationships with your kids. It has lessons for you, tools to use to help have a better time managing those relationships. Know what to do. Do you have kids that seem distant? You can't seem to reach them? Well, I'm going to give you some tools to help you get back in their lives. Now, hopefully what I've said here resonates with you. If you found value in it, please share this message. There's just so much anxiety and depression and even suicide going on right now. And it doesn't need to be that way. You don't need to be on drugs. Drugs just make you, like it numbs the pain, but it also numbs the joy. And there is a good way to overcome those things without drugs. And I want to share those with you. And so pay attention. I'm going to come back again tomorrow about this time, and I'm going to share some more information about anxiety and depression and where it comes from and what we can do to get a handle on it so that we can live the life that we were meant to live. There is no reason we need to suffer. Thank you for listening. I love you guys, and I'm going to sign off for now, and so hopefully this works. Thank you. I'm not sure how to turn this off. There we go.